Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 3 of Coyote Red, and today I have my guest, Moises, or
Yeah,
in English, how's that? Moses?
Moses. Yeah,
Moses, okay. And he's actually on the younger side. You're like early 20s, right?
no, 19.
You're 19. Oh
19.
man, so you're fresh out of high school. Dang, okay. The reason why I bring you here to talk to me today is because I'm turning 38 in October. So
Really?
there's obviously a generational gap between us. I want to know how things are for people around your age as far as social media and school and getting ready to be on your own, because I'm guessing that's something you've been thinking about within
Yeah.
the last couple of years.
hmm
So anyway, episode 3, Coyote Red. Is my show popular? No. Just started. I don't get really any views or nothing, but it's still a show. And I feel like that's important. But anyway, enough about me. I guess the first question would be, how important is, when you were in school, because you're not in high school anymore,
No.
social media? Did everybody have phones in school? Everybody had like a Facebook, everybody had an Instagram. How would you communicate with people? Did you guys even switch phone numbers? Like, what was the main form of communication in high school?
Honestly, it all based on what you were doing. Like, I feel like the most resourceful and kind of just like for communication was Instagram,
Uh-huh.
whether that's, Instagram DM, notes, stories, posts.
Wow.
You just have this big, platform where you just talk to people during school. And I
Dang,
think
okay.
most of that came in when you basically based off of what class you had, and then you're like, oh, this guy's cool,
Uh-huh.
and then you would follow them, and then they would follow you back, and then you just start texting, and then all of a sudden you were sitting on, you're in a little friend group. That's how, it would form. And
Wow.
then if you wanted to basically get more of like a closer contact, then you would ask, at least in my perspective, it would be like, okay, like I would follow like my first friend on Instagram,
hmm
and then after that I would get their number, right?
Okay.
Because then they would either come over to the house or I'll go to their house to have kind of basically have the
So,
communication.
so then, like, the easy question was, hey, can I have your Instagram, right? And then the more serious stuff was the phone number.
Yeah.
Was there any time when you guys would just call each other? Because back in the day, for me,
hmm
in high school and middle school, like, I don't know if you ever heard of MySpace.
Yeah.
MySpace was barely coming out. Like it was, Facebook didn't exist yet.
Uh-huh.
It was just MySpace. And on MySpace there was no messaging. It was just, you would post something, share some music, and that was it. So it was either you do DMing, direct messaging, or you'd call somebody, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, what was it? What is like the most often used form of communication? Is it just texting each other all day,
It
posting each other all day,
honestly, it's usually just texting.
just texting?
Just texting. Now, if you were like, let's say, oh, I'm gonna hop on the game really
Oh
quick,
yeah, that's another one too.
then
Like,
you
is there a
would.
lot of gaming nowadays? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of gaming too.
Hmm.
Based on the person you hang out, people you hang out with.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah, so like if we were like gonna go like hang out, we would
Mhm.
call each other like, hey, where are we gonna meet up? Obviously, to have a little bit of more of a communication rather than just texting.
Mhm.
But other than that, yeah, the primary platform to communicate was just literally just DM, direct message.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So what about like hangout groups? Did everybody, was there like everybody hang on a certain spot after lunch or during between breaks at school, or was there cliques? I don't know if you know what that means.
No.
No? No? Okay, so
No.
my little clique, my little group was basically the same people that I would hang out with every day.
Okay,
Before
that's
school, after school, during school. Like,
okay.
that's my little clique.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, my experience was different, right? Because since I was in choir, right?
Uh-huh.
So you would say our little hangout spot, like during lunch and after lunch, would be the choir hall, which is like obviously where we all like go, practice our music. Obviously that's where our class was, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So our directors would always let us into the choir hall.
Oh, that's cool.
So you would have basically almost every choir kid that was in it, and we would just all go hang out there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Do you
it
think
was.
do you think like a lot of the professors or teachers would do that? They would have like their their
Honestly,
students?
no. I
No.
don't. I don't think a lot of no, not a lot of teachers do that unless it's like for tutoring purposes or other
Ah, okay.
things. But other than just like as a cool hangout spot,
Hmm.
it's just the choir hall that I've known.
Man, that's interesting. They didn't really do that back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember teachers kind of doing like a one-on-one thing where they would, if they felt like a student needed help with something, they would talk to them or make them come in earlier. So let's segue to academics. How important is trying to be like a straight A student, trying to get good grades? Is that something that kids would maybe get made fun of, or actually nowadays it's more of like, man, this guy's smart, that's cool.
Honestly, there's a few people that say like, oh, they're like nerd, right?
Uh-huh.
But most of it's like, dang, you're smart, you know?
Mhm.
Like, I think nowadays it's not even based about academics anymore. It's just based off personality, how you
Really?
carry yourself as a person.
And then as far as personality, is it more important to have like a nice social media, or is it like in person personality?
Personality for sure.
Ah, okay,
Because
okay.
everything could be put on Instagram like all nicely and wonderful until you meet the person.
Yes, dude. You see, that's the problem that my generation has.
Hmm.
I honestly I've had that discussion a couple of times with people around my age where like you don't know what that person's life is like in social media. They just show you all the pretty things, you know.
Yeah,
And that's I feel like it's a hard thing for my generation to learn. It's like
yeah.
it's not all sunshine and
Yeah,
rainbows.
but another interesting thing too, since Instagram ever came out with the close friends thing,
Hmm.
where close friends is basically where you could put certain amount of people on a story or on a post,
Oh
or
wow.
like they can only see like
Uh-huh.
you're like let's say I only want 5 people to see. You put them on the close friends, and then they're the only ones to see that story.
Oh,
So
okay.
basically, another way of showing their personalities more is that they want to show out more to their most closest friend.
Hmm.
Well, they basically put them on there,
Hmm.
and then they put whatever is going on. You know,
Dang.
that's the more that's the modern day of like finding how who
Oh,
some
I get you like a
yeah
click, kind of a
yeah
click.
basically
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Cool. Um, Something a little more, I guess, touchy feely. You can be as descriptive or not descriptive as you want.
Mhm.
How's the romance in high school? Like girlfriends, boyfriends, Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
Do they still do like proms, and
Yeah.
do girls still dress up really pretty? you, you
uh,
can't you can't see it, but he's nodding like gotcha right now. Like,
no, yeah.
how important, how big is that, or is it like a year round where people are always talking about who broke up with who, or who
Honestly,
cheated on
yeah,
who? Yeah, it's still
yeah.
big.
It's like a lot of like oh, who's gonna be the choir sweetheart, or like who's gonna be like sweethearts in high school. You know,
Sweetheart, what is that? What is a sweetheart?
sweetheart basically like let's say if you're dating in high school
Uh huh.
and because they started dating because of a certain program or like certain class, so they call them
Oh,
sweethearts.
choir sweetheart means
Yeah,
because of choir they got
yeah,
together. Oh,
yeah. Or just in high school sweethearts because they met in high school
okay.
and now they're gonna go on to bigger things, right?
Oh,
You
okay,
know.
okay, okay.
So like, but yeah, like you said, there's a lot of it's a lot of like if somebody gets into a relationship, a lot of people are like, who is it? Like who is it? We're like,
Is there like talking on social media? If like say
there was a
yeah,
point
yeah.
in my high school years. There was a point where it got to where it was like, it wasn't even texting anymore. It was even like just the Instagram note feature.
Oh
Where
my
everybody would just
gosh.
start talking, a
Oh
bunch of stuff
no.
on notes, and then you would
Damn.
have to figure out like, oh, who are they talking about?
Hmm.
And then you would confront the person, or they would confront the person,
Uh-huh.
or they'll tell the teacher, and then everybody had to take their notes off or something like
Oh
that.
no way.
Yeah, we would get in trouble for that.
The way it was for us back in the day is like you knew who was a couple, right? But if say the guy or the girl in that couple was hanging out with somebody that they weren't supposed to, or they were like doing stuff that they weren't supposed to with somebody,
Mhm.
it would spread. Like one person would tell another person, who would tell another person, and then before you knew it, everybody was saying it,
Yeah.
and there would be like shouting matches and arguments, and especially chicks. Dude, chicks fight a lot in school over that
Yeah,
kind of stuff, dude.
honestly, yeah. But like, kind of the same thing with you. The only difference is that now since we have Instagram or like
It's all done on
technology,
that.
it's now just like straight texting.
Dang.
And then it's more scary if I'm being honest, because
Mhm.
like you can hide the messages or something like that, and
Mhm.
it'll be like you're not even talking to. like
Oh,
talking
okay,
talking
okay.
about it at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah.
And then the only way you would find out is that they just start talking about it in person.
Mhm.
That's the only interesting part. Like kind of like you said,
Yeah.
how you, how you experienced it, but obviously with me, it's like you don't know if they're talking about it, but you until somebody slips up.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang. So everybody's like your people around your age, your generation are pretty keen, pretty smart when it comes to all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, honestly, yeah.
Wow. Um, After high school, when was it when you started to start thinking about your future outside of high school and then going into college, picking your career? What are some of the things that helped you make decisions as far as all that stuff
Mm, I feel like it even comes during high school, if I'm being
during
honest.
high school?
Yeah, because you really, I've told this many people to many people around my age
Mm-hmm.
when they're like, "Well, I don't know what I want,"
Mm-hmm.
you know. I just tell them, "Well, what's the best thing you're good at? What makes you happy?"
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, somebody could tell me like, "Oh, like what do I want to do? What do I want to do this?" And I'll be like, "All right, let's start off with the basics."
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then I'll tell them like, "Do you like painting?"
Mm-hmm.
No. I was like, "All right, do you like fixing
Yeah,
cars?"
yeah.
And then they were like, kind of, maybe sort of. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, do you like being do you want to be a doctor, like study into veterinary? They were like, yeah, that sounds really cool.
And would you say like um is it easy or not easy, but are there options out there for kids nowadays to go into basically whatever they want to? Like as far as
Um,
like special schools or special programs or grants and stuff like that.
yeah, honestly, there's a lot of options. There is.
Mm-hmm.
The only part that I will say is just like you just have to focus. If you want a good career, if you want something that will one help you in the future, and then
Mm-hmm.
two make you happy in the long run. Just enjoy.
Do
I
you,
would definitely say that there's a lot of options. You just gotta look for it.
do you think a lot of kids out there think that way though? Like long term?
Long term, I don't think so.
No,
Because,
not
like I
much.
said, nobody really knows what you were made for until one day just
Something comes easy.
something comes to you and just like, what the heck?
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Like, before, I'm gonna give a little like example from what I experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I wanted to be a choir director,
Okay.
right? That was like I was like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then there was a certain point in time where all of that changed, and I was just like, I sat down on my desk one day, and I just sat down. I was just wondering about like everything that was because a lot of stuff was happening to me during this point. So I was like, if this doesn't like bring me any joy anymore, like this doesn't
Okay.
like I don't want to do this. So I remember talking to my mother one day,
Mm-hmm.
and then she was like, "Well, what do you want? Like, what would you like to do?" And I remember because in my office I have like my own like kind of music studio, like just a little bit, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
where I practice music.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at my piano and I looked at my drum set and I was just like, what if I instead of being a choir director, what if I'm just a musician?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And may probably either and I was like I sat down and I really focused on it and then I was like, you know what? Why don't I get into classes for it? Like why
Mm-hmm.
don't I get into like a good music program slash school,
Mm-hmm.
like an online school? And that's where it all came down to where it was like, I want to do this. Like that's the
Mm-hmm.
long term for me.
So are you saying it's almost more important or just as important to find something you like versus having something that's going to be financially stable for you? Like,
Um,
is there a balance on that? You got to have something that you can actually maybe not enjoy doing, but you can appreciate doing
yeah.
and gives you a decent income, or is finance more important or is happiness more important?
I think it's a balance
Balance.
because I feel like also coming with the finance, like you could be chasing so much, like for example, you could be chasing so much money,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end, what do you have? You have nothing.
So you got all the money in the
You got
world,
all the money in the world, but
but it doesn't mean as much as people think it means. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah, basically like the time
Like,
spending your
like what okay, so not like
mm,
why is having all the money in the world? What is it missing that money can't give you?
honestly. Well, I'm really, really honest. I even tell this to all of my friends too.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
say
yeah.
to
Be honest.
almost
Be
everyone,
honest.
God,
Money
God ain't
can.
bringing peace to your own self. You know,
Okay.
we get so focused on the agenda of like, oh, I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money,
They
right?
call that. I don't know if you heard this, but they call that the rat race. You heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And you focus on that too much, and then by the blink of an eye, you're like, I didn't live at all.
Dude, I actually I had.
I didn't live at all.
I'll give a little bit about myself. So I was in common law marriage where never officially married, but I was living with the mother of my kids for a good amount of time. And I fell into that mindset of just, always trying to find something to make me happy. I never had peace. And it's like you said, I one day I looked back and it's like, wow, man, like what am I doing? I feel like I'm just wasting away for nothing. But anyway, it sounds like, you know, you have good values, which is important, I
Oh
think.
yeah, well, wise person taught me. That was my father. Just trying to follow in his footsteps, and he's the one that taught me a lot of stuff.
What do you if you feel like you don't have the answer, you don't have to say it, but what do you feel makes a good son?
A good son.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like when it comes to if you want a good son, you'd have to be a good father.
Well, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, a good father makes a good son, good sons, good daughters, but give me a description of what a good son is.
Mm, I feel like a good son knows, because I mean,
Okay, how about this? Let's make it a little easier.
okay, yeah,
And be honest.
yeah,
Do you think you are a good son?
yeah. I think I'm a good
Okay,
son.
yeah. I,
Like
I believe it. I believe it.
we're all human,
Uh-huh.
We're all human. We're gonna make mistakes along
Yeah.
throughout. No doubt, nobody's perfect.
Hmm.
We're gonna make mistakes like with whoever it is, whether it's your girlfriend, mom, dad,
Hmm.
friends. But I think it's just important on how you, because when I grew up, the one thing I learned to do the most was like take a hit and then forgive.
Okay.
And then forgive,
Okay. I think I understand.
Like when I grew up, I had to learn a lot about that where it was just like, okay, it's not worth wasting your time trying to fight it.
Hmm.
Just accept defeat. Like at the end of the day, you don't come out as a loser.
Hmm.
Like,
At
because
least you learn something from
you
it.
learn something from it. You
Hmm.
learn and get back up.
Okay. Man, that's very strong. For your age, that's very strong.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I feel like for being a good son, I think it's important to learn something. I feel like it's good to learn something and then taking all the good and the knowledge and the wisdom and then trying to spread it like kind of like a river flowing.
So a good son is making sure you learn all the things that your parents are trying to teach you,
Yeah.
and then share that with people that are willing to accept it.
Yeah. And
The
then
good parts.
yeah, the good parts. And then because eventually you're gonna grow up and then you're gonna have kids of your own. So you
Okay.
basically kind of like it's gonna be like a cycle,
Hmm.
just passing on, passing on, passing on.
So again, the next topic. Do you eventually want to have kids? Is that something you're planning for? Because I know I hear it all the time. Not just your generation, but the generation right before yours, which is right under mine. Like kids is like sometimes the last thing on
Yeah,
people's minds, dude. Nobody talks about it anymore. Actually, I was actually researching it on Google. The average birth rate to maintain a society is 2.2, right? So a little more than two kids per couple because of, unfortunate circumstances, people die before they have kids. As of right now, the average birth rate per couple is 1.4, I think. So a little less than a kid and a half is being made for every couple, which is actually making the birth rate go down, the society decline in size.
yeah.
So when was it that you decided I want to have a kid? If you do, how many? What's it gonna take to find somebody that you're willing to share that part of your life with? Like.
Well, I think it's very important for starters. I think as you're growing up, obviously be wise.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main one, obviously.
Okay.
And then yes, eventually I do want to have kids. Maybe when I'm like 25,
Okay, so
26.
why 25? Well, what is it at 25 that you feel like, okay, I'm ready to have a kid?
Okay, hear me out. A lot of
Okay.
people, like I said, like kind of like how you said, when a lot of people decide to wait an extended amount of time,
Uh-huh.
where like let's say by they're 30 and you're barely having one, by
Uh-huh.
the time they're like 18, you're like, dang, I can't keep up. Or like as they're growing up, you're like, I can't keep up.
I had that exact conversation with the gentleman who married a lady in their mid 20s, and I had asked him, when are you guys gonna have kids? And he said, oh, probably not till after we've done all of our traveling and all of our partying. And I said, okay, but yeah, give me a number. And he said until he was like 35. And the same thing you said, I asked him, so when that kid turns 20, you'll be 55?
55.
And he's like, holy crap, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be healthy for my kid.
Is it because of how important you see it to, as a good son, as a good father, to teach your kids
Yeah.
your wisdom and your truths? And okay,
Yeah, especially
wow.
because I know times are gonna change. Times is changing as we speak. The
Mm.
same way we see it right now, it's probably not gonna be the same. Give it 10 years down the road,
Okay.
10, 15 years down the road.
Mm.
Like, because I'm pretty sure it was different for you compared to what you grew up in,
Oh
and
yeah.
now modern day.
Oh yeah. Times have changed a lot.
You know,
Oh yeah.
so like by that time, it's gonna be even more advanced. There's gonna
Mm.
be the next. I don't know. Let's say we'll be already flying, we'll be in flying cars by then.
Interesting thing. Maybe I don't know if you have want to make an opinion on it, but they've actually, I think it's in Japan. They've created um not test tubes, but like silos where it completely mimics the womb, right?
Yeah.
So you can have kids in these machines, and you don't need uh I guess the mother per se, right? I
Yeah.
mean, to be granted, there's a lot of things that probably can't do, right? I'm pretty sure. And is that something that maybe you're suggesting, or you're thinking about you're trying to say something else as far as like
Mm,
that would make it harder or easier to have kids?
okay, here's my honest opinion. I feel like one, there's no way of being able to mimic a God's creation.
Okay,
That's my honest opinion. Like I don't feel like that it'll be
something will be wrong with it.
something will be wrong with it. It's not like gonna be
Yeah, yeah.
like there's no way you can put a soul.
Uh-huh.
It has to be like I'm assuming it's gonna be like an AI or something. It's not gonna
Freaking AI,
freaking
man! It's
AI
everywhere now.
everywhere.
I heard it's
But
people like those companies that do AI. They're actually losing a lot of money. Like,
well, yeah, because I mean, there's not really a purpose for it. Because like, it's like it can't mimic a human's life.
mm-hmm.
It can't mimic a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Would you say nowadays compared to maybe when your father was your age, is society harder on men or easier on men? Be honest. Be honest. There's no wrong answer here. Just be honest.
If it was harder on them,
Yeah, if it was it harder back then for men or harder now for men?
depends on what. Like,
Hmm. The three categories: what it is to be a man, finances, and no, I guess maybe just those two. Creating financial wealth as a man, and what it is to be a man in society.
okay. So for the first one to have a finance, I feel like we all start somewhere.
Yeah.
We all start somewhere. There's no, unless if you're like, and then, for example, like you grew up in wealth, you're not gonna understand the fact of like working hard for something and then being able to receive.
Mm-hmm.
Like you work for it, and then you'll eventually, throughout the time, it'll work itself out. Like you'll
Mm-hmm.
have something. It'll be stable, and then
But I'm saying like a hardworking man, your average hardworking man from 2020, does he have it easier or harder than the average hardworking man from like 1980?
That question always gets me because like even back then, like even though a lot of stuff was cheaper, yeah, there was less pay.
There was less pay,
There
but
was less pay.
see, something that people like to bring up is that back then we didn't have as many things to buy. You know, back then it was like car insurance was a choice, health insurance was a choice. Like all the insurances, there were choices. They weren't. You weren't. You didn't need to have them.
Yeah,
Credit, you didn't really have to worry about credit, interest. Um, it was basically as long as you paid your bills, which was like light and water. There was no internet back then, and gas for your car, and then the house. You were good. You know, you were average. So, like compared to all the stuff you got to worry about now, even though people generally make more money, is it easier or harder?
I feel like it's easier back then.
Easier back then.
Back then than now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you said, there's a lot of stuff that's now
You kind of have to
you
have
kind of
now.
have to have it. Like you need car insurance, you need health insurance,
Yeah.
and you can't just get your basic one. Like for example, if you get a car,
Mm-hmm.
2026 car, they make you buy the best insurance. If you can't buy
right before you can't even take it off the
you
lot
can't even
without
take it out.
insurance.
You can't go out without the lot without having that good car insurance.
Wow.
You
Okay.
know?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then you got to worry about stuff like Wi-Fi now because like, oh, how do we even communicate?
That's true. Yeah.
Like you got to worry about Wi-Fi. You got to worry about cell service.
Mm.
There's just a bunch of things that just adds onto your plate. And I
Okay.
think if you don't find, or if you don't, I would say if you don't work it, or if you're just like, I'll leave it till next time,
Mm.
and then you're gonna start slacking, and that all of that's just gonna pile up. By
Yeah.
the time you know it, you're just like, why I gotta go take out a loan,
Mm-hmm.
and then including with that loan, now you have to pay multiple things. You paid
Mm-hmm.
off all of that, but now you gotta pay the bank.
Yeah.
So it's not like a non-stop cycle now.
So if it feels like there's just everything is trying to pick at you when it comes to your money.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. I think I agree for the most part. It's a little harder to create a safe financial net versus back then.
Mhm.
So now the other part of the question: well, do you think society's harder on men nowadays? What do you think society expects of men nowadays? You being a young man now, and you're like eventually within the next couple of years, you have to start figuring this stuff out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I feel like in today's world, what it is to be a man in society,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like overall be a balanced person.
Okay. So
Be
what is a balanced man?
balanced man, honestly.
Mansplaining, you mansplain everything,
That's
right?
funny. Yeah.
Right? It's my way. I know right. I'm the man.
Yeah.
Or no?
I would say no. It's okay. It's just so many things. Like you have to set boundaries for a lot of stuff. You know.
Okay.
I feel like
That's smart. That's smart. I like
just
that.
just have boundaries. Like
Mhm.
let's say to be a man, like just to go out. Like let's say I'm just going out to like school.
Okay.
Like right. What it is to be a mature, just be mature.
Mm-hmm.
Be mature, but also be yourself. You see, you get where you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying you gotta show people that you're confident, but you can't be fake.
Yeah, you can't be fake.
Dang. Okay. Okay.
Like, because if you try to be someone that you're not, you're just gonna drain yourself, and that bleeds.
Oh.
That
Okay.
bleeds.
Yeah.
It shows. It's like if when like some person has makeup on and then you pour water on it, then they immediately try and wipe it off and try to fix it because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not them.
Have you heard of the theory of the social mask?
No, I haven't.
So the social mask is basically when people show a version of themselves that you could say is fake, but they do it because they're trying to protect who they are, um, I guess, naturally.
Mhm.
And the reason for it is because of certain situations, like you ever heard of like the customer service voice,
Yeah.
right? That would be like an example of a social mask. You're not really that person when you're doing customer service, like at a McDonald's or as a telemarketer,
Mhm.
but you want to give a very good presentation. That way, hopefully, they pick up what you're dropping, right? I think that's how the kids say it. um, do you think that's something that everybody should kind of a skill they should develop, like a social skills?
I feel like yes, because like, well, we saw it today at karate. That
Mhm.
new kid, You know,
Okay, I was gonna say just try not to give names, but
yeah,
yeah.
just that new kid, right?
Uh-huh.
What other new kid? Like I could tell that he's very shy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
As a man, that wouldn't fly, right?
yeah,
As a
like
kid, he's still
he's
learning.
still learning. But as growing up, like, you know, like, dude, like, show yourself. You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
nobody here is gonna judge you, and if they judge you, it's them embarrassing themselves at the end of the day.
Okay.
You know, we're not here to judge. That's not our job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just be confident in yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it took me a while to realize that too.
Yeah, it does. It takes a while.
It takes a while, but you wake up one day and you're like, hey, like, nobody's gonna judge me, and if they do, well, then that's just not for them. You know.
It's very mature of you. I feel like a lot of
It's
people
just not
miss
for
it.
them.
A lot of people miss that nowadays. Yeah. Anything in particular you might want to talk about, or something that popped into your head that is a different topic, or what? How about this? Why do you think you like music so much? What is it? What is it that you feel from it?
Ooh, a lot of things, you know. But I think the most important thing, because I was always a music kid growing up, you know. But I was very like, as I grew up, you know, I never, even though a lot of people, I would watch a lot of people, yeah, and then
Mm,
when as I grew up in my teen years and as now I'm growing up now, you know, one thing I noticed the most is that um, there's a lot of things you have to learn on your own
mm-hmm.
because like you can't expect a lot of people to to help you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's something that I realized, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because family, friends, you know, other teachers that I had like back then,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I would want to learn specific music, but yet they like if I kind of felt like they wanted to, some people wanted to see me down.
Yeah, dude.
So as I tried to push myself and I tried to do a lot of things, you know, they that true potential never came out because of how much is like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Like, oh, like it doesn't sound really good.
Oh man,
You
that
know,
sucks.
knowing that I worked really hard to try to get it as semi perfect as I can,
Mm.
and then just to get told like, oh, like I could do better, or you could do better.
Do you think because I kind of want to have the question answered. Do you think if it was because you're a man or you're a young man, people were a little harder on you, or maybe they didn't care as much when you were trying to show yourself to, you know, school, family, friends?
I think it's just based off on like, because even a lot of people, because I have more like my close people,
Uh-huh.
they're more like you do it really well, you know.
Uh-huh.
And as I grew up, it's like they just overgrew that jealousy, knowing that like, hey, I'm mature, you know, I'm like this person that's not afraid to show off what I can do,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I show my true colors. Like what you see is what you get.
Oh,
And
okay.
I feel like so many people don't see that, and they're like how like some people don't mean to. They'll be like, oh, how can I put this guy down? And naturally happens because that's what they know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they grew up in of like just pure negativity.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's crazy how like when you have a negative thought and you kind of focus on it, you do that enough times before you know it. Every time you approach something, it's you always look at the worst part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people like it's so easy just to flip that and say try to think positive, and before you know it, you make positivity a habit.
Yeah.
But no, you're absolutely right. I see it. I see it a lot more often than not, where people are negative naturally versus positive naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, it happens. You know, you don't want it to happen, but it's just comes part of what you do. Same thing like with these celebrities. You know, like for example, like Michael Jackson.
Okay.
You know, he got accused for a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true.
He got accused for a lot of things, and he was a nice person.
Yeah. He was a nice person. He did so many good things,
a-
but people remember only the bad things, right?
Exactly.
And that's messed up. That's messed up. You're absolutely right about that. What about Diddy?
Okay. That's a whole different.
Hey, whoa. Okay, wait. But you're a music guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had some pretty good music back in the day.
He did have some pretty good
back
music.
in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I will say that I don't judge people like all his music's trash and all of this. Like I'll admit he had good music.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the person that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You
I'm
know?
not. I'm not trying to say like, hey, he's a good person, he said good music, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to say like, there's there's many gray areas, not just black and white, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's just.
people are a mix. I like to call it like people are a bag of snakes, right? And it's very hard for a person to open up because when you open up, you're not just showing you're good, you're showing all your bad, and
Yeah.
and people have so much bad in them. They have a lot of good, but they have a lot of bad too, and this is where social skills and understanding and patience comes into play, because it's like you said, you've put enough time into a person and you're understanding and you're patient and you can tame those snakes, right? You can find common ground with somebody. It's
Yeah.
just it takes a lot of wisdom. But I think that the people that do listen to this podcast are gonna give me shit. I do think that society does ask a lot of men. And the reason I say is because of what you said. We have to be strong, but we have to, or maybe not strong, but we have to be confident, but at the same time, understanding. And we can't show things getting to us, but at the same time, we got to be open to taking things from people, right? And not to say that it's easy for women, I'm not, but I think that women have different challenges, right? That's why they're women, and that's why we're men. Is we have our own set of challenges, and they have their own set of challenges.
Yeah.
Um, but would you agree that nowadays society is a little rougher on men versus how it was back then? Now, I'm not saying for better or for worse. I'm just saying society definitely has a lot of opinions and judgments on men now versus back then.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and it happens, like.
Mhm.
Well, for example, something happens and like we're gonna go take it back to high school.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
If you did something bad
Mhm.
just once, and one you don't know, you didn't know, or you just genuinely didn't care about it,
Mhm.
it quote unquote that's what set you. That's what people see you as now.
That was part of your persona.
That was your part of your persona, even though a lot of people were like, no, but this guy is like this, he's like this, he's like this.
No way.
They just set you like
and
that.
would all that stuff be shared like real quick on social media
Yeah, it really
and all
would.
the groups
It really would.
Oh man.
It really would. Like let's for example, like let's say if a friend of mine was like farted, they'll just be like, oh, he farts a lot.
Okay.
Literally, just kind of like a very like obviously you can take it to like a more extreme measures to that or think of different scenarios, but yeah, that's just the basic of like, okay, you did something, okay, that's you.
Oh.
And they don't see like what all the other things that you do.
Oh man, that sounds kind of disheartening actually.
Yeah.
I think that's all. That's all the questions I got. This whole point of this episode was just to try to get the perspective of, the world, the U.S. society now from somebody your age, and I think we did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah.
We'll do some rapid fire yes or no's. All right.
All right.
Is marriage important nowadays, or can people just be in situationships and mess around, and sex is just sex? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Let me say different. Okay. Marriage is important.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Should people be 50-50 in a relationship, or should one person be in control, one person should be the follower? Okay. Should one person be in control, one person should be the follower? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Abortion? Yes or no?
No.
Really? Okay. Um, tighter gun control? Yes or no?
Tighter gun control.
Like more laws on guns, harder to get guns? Yes? No?
I'm gonna have to go with. Oh, okay. I'll say no.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay. Respect. Let's do a fun one. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, has it gotten better, or is it better? Yes or no?
It's about to be, but right now, no.
No, it's trash right now. I agree. 100%. It's trash. Somebody that you can be vulnerable with in a marriage is important. Yes or no?
Yes.
should you treat your wife different from every other woman in the world? Yes or no? Like she gets special treatment? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is it okay for a married woman to show provocative, not revealing, but just provocative pictures of herself on social media? A married woman? Yes or no? No?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure the mic picks it.
No.
Should men flaunt their wife on social media? Yes or no?
Yes. They would flaunt, like show off.
Yeah, like
Okay,
like
yeah.
like be proud of your woman, show off your woman on social
Yes,
media.
yes.
Like, is that something he has to do or he doesn't have to do it?
Depends. I would say depends, because like, what if the woman doesn't want to be like, I don't want to be on social media?
Okay, so besides that,
Yeah.
like even if she doesn't ask for it, like show her off.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
I would
cool,
say
cool.
yes. 100%.
Let's do another fun one. What games do you play right now?
Right now, I've been led to just playing FC,
The heck is FC?
like FIFA.
FIFA?
Yeah.
No way, really?
Yeah. Yeah. FIFA, Mortal Kombat.
Did you watch the World Cup or no?
Yeah, I did.
Did Spain won, right?
Yeah, Spain won.
Is Messi trash? Yes or no? He's a cheat. I think he's a cheater, bro. He
Okay,
tries to get away with shit. He tries to get away with shit.
I was always told this to everybody. I don't like Argentina Messi, but I like Inter Miami Messi.
That's fair. That's fair. So he's a cheater, right? No, I'm kidding.
No, he's a cheater. I'll agree with that. He's a cheater.
One more.
Alright.
Do you think God is in more relevance now? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You see him more?
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Well, thank you for coming on to my tiny little show.
Yeah, of course.
How did you feel? Were you nervous? Did you kind of relax towards the end?
Honestly, I had the nerves before coming in, and then right when, because I always do that where I get nervous in the beginning, and then it's just like once it happens, or like I'm ready to perform or something like that. Like it goes all.
You
out.
lock in?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Man, my first episode, it was real bad. I don't think I even posted it, but you can find this on YouTube, Coyote Red. This is episode 3. Would you like to come on again? Maybe.
Yeah, honestly, I'm down.
Yeah.
Come on,
Okay. Cool. I guess that's it. Shout out to all the fans. I only have one, my girlfriend, but I love her. I love you, baby. You know who you are. Do you want to say? You don't have to give a name, but do you want to say hi to anybody, or do you want to?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my girl. That she's, I think she's sleeping right now.
Wow, that's early.
She's probably sleeping, or she's probably, I don't know, just like chilling with her family. Shout out to my mom. That's probably gonna listen to this after.
Aww, heck yeah, I love that. That's cool. Bring that stuff back.
Yeah.
Mama's boy. No, I'm just kidding. You're not a mama's boy.
I don't get embarrassed. I don't say I'm a mama's boy. I don't care.
My girl gives me crap for that.
Really?
Yeah, she thinks mama boys are bad. Or maybe, I don't know.
It depends.
I never really asked her. But I kind of get the vibe, right? But anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Yeah, of course, man.
This is Coyote Red signing off. Peace.